This broadcast is inappropriate for all ages, right here on Gaming Division. It's the play spot. And Kitty, what are you doing? What? Don't, not the microphone. You guys, changed. Oh, there, now you can see the tail. So it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself, it looks like I'm talking to a tail. Say hi to the camera if you're going to be here. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. Something. Okay, look cute. Look cute? Good job. Good girl. Alright, now get out of here. Salutations, I'm Kamurai. This is, welcome to Gaming Division. This is the play spot. I feel like almost like I'm on a Survivor's style scenario in a movie, and it's like Captain's Log. Stardate, blah, blah, blah. It's been 2 weeks since I've had communications. Because it's been about that long since I've dealt with an actual game that I can prove. Because I played a little bit of Hellgirls. No idea what's cheering me on about that game. The rewards in the game are not good. You get like little costumes and things, and the original costumes look better anyways. It's just a matter of whether or not you have a particular fetish for schoolgirls or whatever. It's no, the battle armor and Wizard Lolita costumes are much cooler looking than anything else they've got to offer. I've tested a couple games. I managed to test a couple games today to make sure that I can play them. There's no big deals. So Dead Bits and then Cortex Command I got for free. I want to give it a one shot, but I don't think it's going to actually do anything. Why did you wait till I'm playing to come over here and mess with the microphone? Or it's till I'm talking. I don't know, they get excited once I start doing stuff interactive or talking, because I guess they think I'm talking to them. I don't know. But Life is Strange, Fortune, $4.99. I tested both those out. I can play those just fine, no problems. Black the Fall. I was actually kind of excited about that one. I didn't know what to expect because I hadn't heard of it, and it's very much kind of like an Inside. It's a 2D platform puzzler, and you play like essentially one of the husks that I guess gains sentience and then runs away. And then Headlander, I did not realize that Headlander was like a AAA title. It's a 2D platformer with some flying mechanics for the headpiece, but they did like real cinematics for that. Like, or not like real like live action cinematics, but they did like cinematic movies, like from scene to scene in the the tutorial section, using the custom head that I picked. So they did multiple shots of this, or it's being rendered on the fly using the custom asset. So like it's really interesting, because I'd always kind of been interested in it since I heard about it, and being that I got it for free through Twitch or Amazon Twitch Prime, it was really cool to see that. I just need to get time to play things. I've really got to wrap up the ones I've got, because I want to get back to Recore too. And so like the three that are sitting on my still to test list are Snake Pass, Tacoma, which I've heard a lot about and know nothing. I know people like it. I know people are really into it, but I don't know. I really don't know enough. And the Norwood Suite, which I think I loaded, I tested, and I don't remember any of it, so I'm gonna do it again. See if that jogs any memories there or whatnot. I get these puzzle games like irking at me. I think there's one shot for Dead Bits, which I think honestly is going to be a fun one shot, but I really think I'm going to get to a point I'm just going to be done with it. I like that I had the same thought for Super Turbo Demon Busters and Roguelite. I'm still wanting to come back and play them some more. I just haven't been able to do it. My delete list got bigger. I don't know. Like, I found, like, Chomp Chomp was fine, and then Beholder just didn't make enough sense when I played it and to test it, because it seems like it's gonna waste a lot of time. Brain in my head, I think I was gonna do a one shot for that one until I got Dead Bits, and I was like, this is a better one shot. I'll just do that. But I really got to go in here and get rid of some of these, because we hit last time. We hit the new month, and I got all these cool games I didn't expect, like Owlboy, and I don't know. I just have too many things. I gotta in Super Dungeon Tactics, like I want to make room for that in particular. I want to do that because I want to start doing Super Dungeon Night, because that's where all my time has gone into my Tabletop Simulator mods, and there's 3 of them to be fair, plus a 4th custom one, which is an expansion of one of the others. So it's I'm putting all the new updates into the Super Dungeon Explorer one. I'm finishing the Ninja All-Star one that I started way back when, so that'll be coming. And then I opened up the Rail Raiders Infinite stuff, so I'm going to do that as well. And then I had this fucking half-ass idea to take the boards and convert them. So I added the Ninja All-Star boards, or I converted those along with the train cars, and added those into the Super Dungeon Explorer one standard edition, as well as doing the Epic. So not only do I have to go add all this crap in for Super Dungeon Explorer, but then I've got to go back and do the Epic stuff as well, which is fine. I'm sound like I'm complaining. I'm just noting how much work it is, because it is a lot of work. So if you play with Tabletop Simulator and there's a particular mod you really like, go out to that creator, let them know that you really appreciate that they made a thing for you, and that you're using it, and that they're a little bit awesome. If not a lot awesome, that's up to you. You can figure that out. And remember, cake is greater than pie, and awesome is equal to or greater than cake squared. Maybe it's the other way around. Cake is equal to... I don't know. I lost track of the joke. But I realized I kind of fucked myself. Like, I can fix the problem. But I realized that some of the images were too big for Imgur. So I was trying to fix that, and I fixed that. I did fine. I think we're okay. But I realized there was, between the Super Dungeon Explorer Forgotten King upgrade deck for upgrading the previous loot from Edition 1. It's going to kill me that I have to say Edition 1, Forgotten King Edition 2. And the Super Dungeon Arena games. There's a duplicate... Okay, there's two instances of duplication like that. They actually reused the Potion Bandoliers, which I thought was odd. So now there's like 4 of those instead of 2. And then they made another itty bitty wings, but they made them Shadow Wings. Which there is no functional difference between the two. I don't know why they did it. So I was just going to like put 4 itty bitty wings in there. And then today when I'm actually making the things, it's like, oh, fuck, I should have just done it right. And so like I'm in the process of fixing that. But so I essentially have to make a deck for Shadow Wings itself. And what I'll probably end up doing once this is all updated is I will make new updated decks. I will load those so that I have less images on my Imgur account to manage. And then I'll do a silent update to replace those so that they're all referencing the same thing. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. It doesn't matter where they pull from, really, when it comes down to it. It just kind of matters that they get there. So there's that. But I've got to finish confirming the loot, because I thought it was ready. Like, it's that close for the Super Dungeon Explorer side. But I'm trying to count and make sure, because all the treasure's unique. I actually don't have to count that. I just have to make sure it's all there, which it is. But the loot, I have to count and make sure. I had to count and make sure. I mean, they're in loot too. I had to make sure they're all there too for the new heroes and the new bosses. New boss, new mini boss, new creeps. No new mobs or anything, so that's good. The boards are difficult to manage, but it worked. I got them all in, including the extra stuff. So, yay. And I don't have the new dice yet. That's coming later. Oh, it's going to be such a big update once we get there. Yeah, 2.0 Super... Oh, well, that's right. It's going to come in 3 waves. So the first wave should be 2.0. Then there's like, I think it's all the expansions. It's the second wave. And then Super Dungeon Legends itself is going to be the 3rd wave. So we'll just have to see where that lands us. If you are wondering what the hell I'm looking at, I'm dealing out some cards to try to take accountability, like I was just talking about. That's what I'm doing. It shouldn't take very long. It's just one of those things. It's like at this point, it's like every minute I can grab towards this, I can get it done. And the weekend is the longest period that I can do. Oh, and there's going to be a schedule change for this. This is going to start coming out at 6 p.m. on Sundays instead of 5, because I'm severing ties with Weird Lanes, and I don't care about any of that anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and start it at the same time. It's fine, whatever. Getting away from all that. So, yeah, that's all done. But I can't wait to get to a point where I'm doing enough of my own stuff. I'm already doing too much. That's okay. As long as it starts putting some content back on this channel, because I'd like this channel to essentially run main. Right now, We Are Movie Club has the most content going out, but that's okay. We like movies. Movies are fun. But that should also free me up a little bit of time to do some other things. So the schedule's gonna get revamped a little bit. So I'm hoping to put dedicated gaming time down, like Tuesdays and Thursdays or something like that. Maybe Fridays early, because Friday nights are pretty much movie time. Friday and Sunday nights are pretty much movie time now. I think this show may actually move to Thursdays, if I'm being perfectly honest, and then maybe I'll do, because I've been getting them fucked up anyways. So if I swap this one and HTKB, then it will be less of a problem. Yeah. So that'll be probably be the way to do that. Where is Granite Panda? Ugh. Acolyte robe. I don't know why Acolyte sounds like an Indian or a Native American tribe to me. I get upset when people do that. So I definitely should not be doing that. I think there's a huge difference. And if you look at it from a historical point of view, my God. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. The Frasians, cat people. So interesting. And I didn't even realize until recently that they had Finnics. Because, and Finnics are like bunny people. I think that's generally the typical term for that in RPGs and whatnot. Like they're bunny people. They're Kamameko or something like that. Whereas like Kamapara and then Nikopara is cat people in like anime. I think that's right. I don't know, it's been a while. It's hard to approach stuff like that with any seriousness. Like from an academic standpoint, it's like, do I need to remember this? No? Good. Because there's just, my brain won't hang on to it. That's okay. That's alright. We don't need to remember every single thing we come across. It's what the internet's for. It's alright. I promise you. I don't even know if it's Para right now. I should probably look it up. Hey, Aaron. Like this right now is a podcast of sorts talking about games and whatnot. Right now I'm just kind of rambling on about world building with characters and whatnot. The Super Dungeon Explorer world in particular surprised me that it had Finnics in it, like bunny people. And then of course that led me to an anime discussion, because really, doesn't all things lead to anime? I think that's really kind of what it is. But I am kind of multitasking here too, so if I seem distracted, I apologize. No, and Skyrim's a good game, and as from a world building aspect, Aaron, that is, how I say it, That is definitely a mean one to tackle. There's some presentation problems in the beginning of the game, but once you go out and start exploring, that's a huge world to build. They've got, correct me if I'm wrong, brother, but they've got cat people of their own. They've got lizard people. I mean, elves, dwarves, humans. It's been a while. It's not my jam, but like I totally respect it as a thing that people are into. I just couldn't get into it, and then I actually had like visual problems with the game, and I think I almost bought it for a friend. He's like, no, I'll get it myself. And I was just a little bit disappointed in it. We both were, but his kids really liked it, so it didn't go to waste. So maybe maybe there's like a context being older that like we understand like where the game came from, like why it was invented, because people wanted something because of what the existing market was, and Skyrim apparently filled that in. I think it's all Bethesda, if I'm remembering correctly, but Elder Scrolls, it was essentially a another way to approach doing an Elder Scrolls open world game, because it's the same thing where it's like you take all the broomsticks you find and you pack those away and you sell them off later, and oh man, my life's been tied up in a Super Dungeon Explorer. I've got a friend who's got a birthday coming up. I'm supposed to be helping out with that stream in a couple weeks, because she's trying to do I think she's trying to do a 12-hour stream. She originally wanted to do 24-hour stream, but I just don't know if she has the support to do it, because like we got to be able to take breaks and everything and keep the stream going. So if someone else can tag in on the stream, it really helps out with those type of situations, because it's really hard to maintain a 24-hour stream yourself. I think I've done it once, and the only reason I did it was to try to support another friend of mine who was doing it as well at the same time, and I definitely didn't want people to come over to my stream instead of hers, but I actually put an earbud in my head, put it up her stream up on the other one, and played my game and made commentary on her stream, and then I would stop occasionally and type stuff over to her. But I think her deal was more that she was just confused at what I was doing. She's like, how are you streaming and watching mine and talking to me? And then she took a wee break to try to check out what I was doing. But I was Warhammer 40k Kill Team. I think that's when I beat Kill Team. And it was not the best stream. The quality's all off. That game's all busted and broken. Okay, so my loot deck is up to 100 cards. That's fantastic. For Super Dungeon Explorer. So I think that actually, I got to double check some things and make sure, because I'd hate to release this. And I think I've got some double images I've got to remove on the Imgur, and I don't want that to destroy the Tabletop Simulator mod. So I've got to make sure that all that goes through correctly, and then I'll essentially have to play test the game. Ooh, poor me. But I think this is done. I feel so good about it. I just wish it would come up on the main page. Source SDE. Yep. Overwrite that. Okay, it is saved. So we can go back to Rail Raiders. Is that the one I want to do? Or is it Ninja All Stars? Let's do Ninja All Stars. Clean up the real world here. Oh man, it's such a mess. That's why I like Tabletop Simulator. I like playing video games and whatnot more. Oh, I'm sorry, I had a point there, but I'll circle back. Because the cleanup's so much easier. You just boom, done. Or you turn it off and it all deletes. You don't have to worry about it. You can just load it again. And I really think that's the way things are going. Even if people want physical things to touch, I think that's where it's going to go. It's going to go into more of augmented reality and virtual reality, where people are going to get together through online, and they're going to load things to their living room or whatever, to a table, and they're going to play a game on there without disturbing. So, like, they can play a game on their table and then pause or save it or whatever and come back later, or they can just play at the table while other people are using the table for reality things or their own games. There's a lot of potential to that, and it's surprising how cool it's gotten. I'm sorry, how much it's cooled down, that industry as a whole, as VR. Unfortunately, I think that has a lot to do with, how do you say, people with affluence being the main market right now. Oh, sorry, I gotta close this. Okay, so that means that there's less sales, which means that the bean counters at these companies that make VR games say, well, we're just not selling enough. You've got to go back to making traditional video games. And it's really kind of a pain in the ass, if I'm going to be frank with you. It is a little ridiculous that we lit accountants and people who, yeah, it's important for them to help manage the money going in and out of the business, but for them to override the product for business purposes, like, really kind of stings me. Like, I don't like it, because there's so many things that could have been good if it wasn't about making or about selling stuff and more about making a thing. It's art versus business, or even science versus business. Like, if we're going to be completely honest, it's near ridiculous. Okay, and I had an attempt to, like, try to... Okay, so Imgur was giving me this problem. I gotta swing back to Brooke's story eventually, but Imgur was giving me this problem where I couldn't load my pictures, and it was because they're over file size. I think it's over 50 megabytes. It won't do it. So I was like, oh, okay, let me just do JPEGs instead of PNGs. No problem. 4, 5, 6, 9, so 26 cards. Wait. Can I count? Yeah, that's done. So I was trying to come up with these fancy ways, and I like doing 10 by 7 for everything, so I don't have to think about it. It's just a standard that's there. So, like, right now, even doing this and knowing that it's 9 times, you gotta count 9, and you can see 3, so 9 times 3 is 27, then minus 1 for the background card. Like, it's just, I don't know, it feels like a pain in the ass. And I thought I had put a High Noon deck on this. Maybe I didn't save it. Oh, this is Ninja All-Stars. Whoops. I started editing the wrong mod. And I did do a High Noon deck, because there it is. Okay. So that's alright. You can cut and paste from one game module to another. It's fine. It's not bad. Not a bad person. Okay. But the problem is that I don't have the number of what each card belongs in here. So let me get the Long Arm of the Law deck in here as well. Such a cool name, but it's such a pain in the ass to say. It really is. 5 by 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 23. I can count, motherfucker. What? I can count. 23. Yep. And I'm realizing, too, that I don't have standy pictures ready to go for the, them bad bots. What is this? Why am I still in Ninja All-Stars? No, we can't have me break down on camera. I need the Raiders Infinite stuff that I've been working on. Where is it, you monster? What's neat when you load these things is they actually save more than you've done. So if you just keep hitting backspace, you might actually be able to go back. so upset. So, I've got about a half hour to fix this. So... I can't believe that. Oh, I spent time on that. So, until next time, I'm gonna go cry. I have a Kamurai, and that's, fuck, get out of the way. Jesus. That's game over. If you want to see anything else we're up to, then click the annotations and it'll take you to our other channels. Thanks for watching.